This is CBC Here and Now.
Welcome to Here and Now. I'm Carolyn Stokes. We begin tonight with a disturbing story in Carbonear. A woman there is reeling after the loss of her unborn baby. Linda King says she carried the child for 8 weeks, not knowing her daughter had died. King says it never would have happened if she had gotten the proper care. Here and Now's Ariana Kelland has the details, but first a warning, this story may be difficult for some people to hear.
In early March, Linda King was ecstatic to welcome a second child into her family. But quickly after her first appointment, things took a turn. So on more than one occasion, King came here to the hospital in Carbonear.
I think at one point I couldn't eat for like 3 or 4 days. I couldn't keep anything down. And I went to the emergency a couple times, and they gave me a prescription for some anti-nausea meds and set me on my way. But they never done any blood work or ultrasound or never checked the baby's heartbeat or anything like that.
There was a wait to see her gynecologist, and her 12-week ultrasound, deemed non-essential during the COVID-19 pandemic, was canceled. Using an at-home fetal Doppler, King couldn't find a heartbeat. She knew something wasn't right, so she contacted a private clinic in St. John's that was still offering ultrasounds.
I drove into St. John's right away, and I had my appointment with them, which was my first ultrasound, and that's when they gave me the bad news. They actually said that they don't think the baby made it past 8 weeks, and I was already over 16 weeks at this time. So the baby has been gone for quite some while, and I had no idea.
King needed a procedure to remove the fetus. To have that done in Carbonear, she had to wait another 2 weeks. She says the experience has left her devastated and her confidence in the healthcare system shaken. Eastern Health says it emphasizes with King, but can't comment on the case. Minister John Haggie says he can't either, but his view of how the system is handling sick people during the pandemic runs counter to King's experience.
The bottom line is that at any stage, should a clinician have felt a particular test is relevant to a person's immediate management, that test was never denied, it was never unavailable, it was always there, literally no more than a phone call away.
King says she's deeply disappointed with Haggie's explanation, and she says she's left without answers while longing for the baby she wishes she still had. Ariana Kelland, CBC News, St. John's.
Get ready to expand your bubble. As of today, you're allowed to add 6 people to your double bubble. Here and Now's Peter Cowan is live with the details. So Peter, how is this going to work?
Yeah, it gets a little bit complicated, Carolyn, as we start to add more people. But if you want to think of it like originally you had your bubble here, you were allowed to add someone else's bubble. And now the plan is you can add 6 individual people to that bubble, and they can be from any household. They don't all have to be from one other bubble. The idea here is to try and allow some more human interaction. Dr. Fitzgerald said today this isn't about finding new people to add to your life, but being able to reconnect with the people who you haven't been able to see for the last couple months of the pandemic. And here's why she thinks this is important now.
This is about, for the most part, grown-ups making decisions about how they're going to move forward and create more contacts in their lives. And I think people are quite capable of doing that.
Sure, a lot of people happy to hear this. And Peter, yesterday we had our first case in 3 weeks, but not a lot of details were offered. What more can you tell us about it?
Yeah, we have more details on the case. I guess the good news is it's another day with no new cases, but we did get some details about that case from yesterday. Let me show you what we do know about that case. So the person is a resident of Newfoundland and Labrador. They were returning from travel. This person had been in Africa, and because he isolated right away, there were only 1 or 2 contacts that are now going to need to be tested. But as a precaution, they are warning anyone who was on Air Canada 8018 from Montreal to St. John's on May 22nd to watch for symptoms and call 811 for testing. They don't need to isolate, though. Speaking of isolation, though, there is some good news for workers who have still been going back and forth to other parts of the country in order to work. They've been having to isolate for 14 days when they return. They'll still have to isolate, but they're given a little more freedom. They'll be, as long as they don't have symptoms, they'll be allowed to at least go outside off their property. So if they want to go for a walk around the block, they still won't be able to, for example, go into stores or directly see other people, though, Carolyn. So lots of good news presented at today's briefing.
Great. Thanks so much, Peter. That's Here and Now's Peter Cowan reporting live. Well, about 9 days to go before the province hits alert level 3, and when it does, liquor stores will reopen to the public, but there will be changes. The number of people allowed inside will be limited, and physical distancing, of course, will be encouraged. You also won't be able to access the grocery store through the liquor store. Cash will be accepted. The NLC will stop taking phone orders, but online purchases will continue. The province is supposed to progress to level 3 on Monday, June 8th. Well, even though most events are canceled this summer, there is still hope the Tele 10 could happen before the end of 2020. The date for the 10-mile race has been changed from July 26th to November 1st. Thousands of runners take part in the race every year. This year marks the 93rd year for the Tele 10, which is believed to be the third oldest road race in Canada. Well, amid all the doom and gloom in the oil industry, there is a sign of hope. It involves two very unique ships, seismic sound waves, and one very expensive investigation into the geology of our offshore. Terry Roberts reports.
This odd-looking vessel is no stranger to our waters.
This ship is a state-of-the-art 3D seismic vessel. The back end of that vessel is some 70 meters across and allows it to lay out one of the largest 3D seismic towed arrays in the world.
For Jim Keating, its arrival at the Pennicon dock in Bay Bulls is a good sign amid a sea of negativity and outright panic.
It is testament to the fact that the industry still believes we have a tremendous geologic potential in our offshore.
The oil industry is in full retreat. Billions in investments in the offshore have been cancelled or deferred as companies slash spending during COVID-19. But seismic activity has survived the axe.
Representing the future of seismic data.
A Norwegian company called PGS has been hired to carry out 3 seismic surveys this summer. Ships called the Ramform Atlas and Ramform Titan, sending sound waves deep into the seabed, hoping to find evidence of oil and gas deposits, and entice companies to invest in exploration drilling campaigns. The province is heavily invested, contributing about a quarter of the roughly $100 million that will be spent on these surveys. Money well spent, says Keating.
When you think about what that investment creates, you have to look no further than the $4 billion in bids over the last 7 or 8 years for work just like this.
But those commitments are now in doubt. And that plan by government to double production by the end of this decade?
I'd say that plan is extremely jeopardized.
So Keating is hoping for a quick rebound in oil prices, results from these surveys that are too good to be ignored, and some government incentives to encourage companies to invest their shrinking capital in the offshore.
This to me is a sense that Newfoundland and Labrador could stand to be a beneficiary of it, but as long as we keep our keep awareness to the fact that this is a globally competitive industry.
The surveys begin next month, covering some 10,000 kilometers of ocean, with results available by early next year. Terry Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
Well, now to Corner Brook, where a Special Olympian is in good company alongside basketball great Steve Nash and pro golfer Laurie Kane. He's now in the Canadian Sports Hall of Fame. Troy Turner has that story.
When he was 4 years old, a doctor recommended he be institutionalized. Now 46, Jackie Barrett is a university graduate who works full-time as a webmaster. He's also a world record holder in Special Olympics powerlifting. Now he's in a league of the country's top athletes.
I found it a little bit hard to believe at first because it is a little bit hard to get for Special Olympics to get recognition, but now I'm in the Canada Sports Hall of Fame. This is not just exciting for the 50,000 true heroes across Canada, but also nearly the 5 billion true heroes worldwide, which is the Special Olympians themselves, because it definitely shows to the public that sport doesn't care who you are anymore.
Known as the Newfoundland Moose, Barrett first competed as a swimmer in Special Olympics in 1987, before switching to powerlifting. The pinnacle? Breaking Special Olympics records at the World Summer Games in Los Angeles in 2015.
It definitely makes me feel proud, and definitely makes my dad feel proud, because he had to sacrifice a lot to help me to become a success, and so did my mom. And for my dad to see how much progress I made most of my life, especially during my 28-year Special Olympics journey as an athlete, it brings a lot of smiles to him, but I think it's going to bring a lot of smiles to everyone who knows someone with an intellectual disability, especially their family members.
Robert Barrett watched his son conquer obstacle after obstacle throughout his life, never backing away from a challenge.
For a young man that they told us to lock up, to now being recognized as one of the best athletes in this country, I think that just about says it all, don't you think?
Giving back to the sport that helped him so much is a time-honored tradition in powerlifting, says Barrett, and he's doing that by coaching Special Olympians himself. But not only that, he's also volunteering on the executive of the local Special Olympics chapter and with his local church. Troy Turner, CBC News, Corner Brook.
Wonderful. Congratulations, Jackie. Well, Parks Canada sites like Cape Spear and Signal Hill remain closed this weekend because of COVID-19, but that will all change on Monday when many trails reopen to the public. As Here and Now's Mark Quinn reports, Parks Canada's plans have already sparked some controversy among those who like the challenge of climbing up Signal Hill's North Head Trail.
It may be a very long time before we can do this again in this direction. This trail was closed in mid-March as part of the measures to try to prevent the spread of COVID-19. When this trail does reopen on Monday, it will be forbidden to climb up these stairs. And some people on social media have already said they don't like that at all.
North Head Trail in particular, well, if anybody's familiar with it knows, you pick up the trail down at the Battery, well, there's no parking. It's not a situation where a lot of people can go. We know people access it from downtown, but also people access it from up here. And so the reality for us is that it's more convenient for more people, more visitors, if in fact they can come and park and go one way.
Officials say it's been difficult for them to watch a good part of the late winter and spring season slip away because of COVID-19.
They can't wait to get back. There's no question about that. So as much as the public is saying to us, like, let's get it open, our team as well are like we want to go back there and start, in a safe way, of course, doing those things with the public, interacting with Canadians in a safe way.
And yes, remember this fence that caused such a calamity last year? Well, Parks Canada says there are no plans to build a new fence here this year. Mark Quinn, CBC News, St. John's.
And as you can see there, it was a great day to be outside today. Here on the Avalon, it's the nicest day by far that we've had since the pandemic began. Here and Now's Meg Roberts ventured out to see how people are enjoying the sunshine.
COVID-19 has taken a lot of things away from us, but it definitely hasn't taken away some beautiful weather. Today is about 10 degrees warmer than the average temperature during this time of year, and people are taking full advantage of it.
We're just out in the hammocks, beautiful day. We're probably gonna go for a hike later, so we're just having a relax, trying to keep some distance. So.
Got shorts on, feeling warm, so it's really nice out, and it's nice to be able to sit around with people and still be safe about it and feel nice.
Do you normally wear the playground equipment? It's all fenced up.
What do you think of that?
Virus.
How does it make you feel not being able to go on the swings and the slides?
Boring.
It's really nice to be socially distancing, eating sandwiches with my friends.
It feels better, definitely better than staying inside by yourself. It's good to see my friends. I wish I could hug them, but this is definitely better than nothing.
It's like you're stuffed inside the house so much, you know what I mean? So it's just really nice to be able to get out and stretch your legs and, see your friends and walk their dog. And
It feels like I just woke up.
It's a fabulous day.
It's been a long, long winter. And this temperature,
30
it
degrees,
just
fabulous.
puts fresh air in your lungs and makes you feel alive.
And there's more good news on the way. Saturday and Sunday are both supposed to be beautiful days, so lather on the sunscreen, grab a cold drink, but remember to stay 6 feet apart. Meg Roberts, CBC News, St. John's.
Their update is brought to you by the sold-out HCF Home Lottery. Thank you, Newfoundland and Labrador. Your support has been overwhelming. Prize winners will be announced on June 25th at hcfhomelottery.ca.
Last time it was this nice in St. John's. I was doing the weather from inside that pool, and let me tell you, there's a lot of people, I'm sure, that wish that that was open today. Let's take a look at the numbers. We broke a number of records in places. 27.6 degrees in St. John's. That broke the old record from 1948, and in fact, that number broke the all-time record for the high in May. And then Gander at 28.9 degrees, you broke a record from 1960. And then Terra Nova, 27.6 degrees. That was a record from 1948. So yes, absolutely beautiful day for most of us in eastern areas of the province. However, along the south coast, even the southern Avalon, temperatures struggling to reach the double digits and lots of fog and cloud cover. We're seeing that on the west coast as well, only reaching a high so far today in Corner Brook of 19 degrees. 20 degrees in Lab City, Happy Valley Goose Bay, not so nice. 6 degrees is your afternoon high. So there's that cloud cover I was talking about. If we zoom in a little bit, you can see we are starting to see some cloud cover about an hour ago now, start to move in for the Avalon. That generally looks like it'll continue for the next little bit, but we are going to see some showers move back in, certainly along the south coast and then along the west coast as well. Pretty much through Labrador, you're looking at a wet night. Might even see some, or hear some rumbles of thunder rather, for Central and Lab West tonight. Happy Valley Goose Bay, you're actually going to note your temperatures will climb into the teens and then drop by the time the morning rolls around, but those winds are going to ramp up across the island. You're going to see widespread gusts anywhere out of the southwest, anywhere from 50 to as much as 70 kilometers per hour. Now tomorrow, those showers will continue along the west and southern areas of Newfoundland, as well as up through the Big Land. And then those winds are going to stay strong through the day across the island. So you're still looking at wind gusts out of the southwest of 40 to 60 kilometers per hour. And then plenty of sunshine, it looks like, through central and then the northern areas of the Avalon. That should continue pretty much into the evening hours. We might see a few showers creep a little bit further north, but at this point looks like it'll stay a little cloudy. So tomorrow's forecast, there you go, temperatures staying in the 20s again, mid to high 20s through central, plenty of sunshine like I mentioned, but that onshore flow keeping temperatures a little bit cool. Now we are still in the same air mass, so it is going to feel a little bit more humid as well. And then temperatures up through Labrador are going to stay drop for Lab City back down to the single digits. That's pretty much the story through Sunday as well. Pretty much a carbon copy forecast from Saturday, but we're looking at temperatures dropping just a few more degrees, but still a beautiful weekend in store for sure for St. John's and Eastern Newfoundland. Look at your temperatures as we head into next week. Hopefully you're going to enjoy it this weekend. Temperatures are going to dip, not too bad, but going to dip back into those more seasonable, actually below seasonal at this point. 14 degrees for Tuesday with the potential for some rain. And then for areas of western and central Newfoundland, it's looking gray into the middle of next week, also with that drop in temperatures, and then up through Labrador as well. Might even see a few flakes fly for Sunday and Monday for Lab West, and then temperatures jumping back up for Monday for eastern Labrador, and then you'll dip back down into those single digits. Had to share this great shot of Happy Valley Goose Bay, the Birch Island Boardwalk. Thank you to Justin for sending that in. If you have any weather photos to share with us, send them to nlphotos@cbc.ca.
Great shot. Thanks, Ashley. Well, tennis is back on, but with strict conditions. In Gander, one court has been put under lock and key. That's because this summer, they're not just keeping score, they're keeping track of who's on the court.
Yeah, this is the first time we've ever done this. This is like a facility that we've been really proud of how we developed it with the town of Gander. We have our own private club, however it is a public space, and we've made it so that the public can always come here, no charge, play tennis unless they want to avail of our programs. However, with the COVID, we have to be safe. So the biggest thing we're making sure is that players are going to be able to play on the courts, however, in the safest way possible. And the easiest way to do that is, other than if you're here playing tennis, to basically keep the facility locked. The biggest change for us is that we're used to having people drop in, watching people play. It's like a community place and stuff. Well, for right now, we're unfortunately losing that part of it Players have to sign up ahead of time. We know exactly who's been here and what time, and we're going to keep records of all this just in case anything ever happens that they need to go back and see who people were in contact with. So you come, you play on the courts, and then you leave and you lock the facility back up. This year, like, there's people coming up, the gate's locked, and we say, well, no, you have to go home, you have to transfer your registration, and then we'll send you the strict rules and we'll send you the code. So it was difficult to do that, and I know there's some people coming up that, yeah, we know there's not an issue with this, but we have to enforce it, and hopefully this is the only year we ever have to do something like this.
Time to find out who's celebrating. Congratulations to Matthew and Ruth Street. It's their 64th wedding anniversary. Happy 60th anniversary to Audrey and Alistair Tiller of Corner Brook. Happy 55th anniversary to John and Linda Keeping of Burnt Islands. Happy 58th wedding anniversary to Sandra and Jim Tulk. Congratulations to Ray and Ivy Clark of 80 Town, who are celebrating their 59th anniversary. Happy 54th anniversary to Larry and Ella Philpott Scott of Cottlesville. Happy 50th anniversary to Gerald and Lillian Chapman of Deer Lake. Congratulations to Eric and Gloria Bishop in St. John's. It's their 54th anniversary. Happy golden anniversary to Glennis and Gunter Dulagouche of Mount Pearl. Happy 64th wedding anniversary to Clyde and Dorothy Best of Chamberlains. Happy 50th anniversary to Yvonne and Arthur Late of Rogers Cove. Now to the birthdays. Happy 100th birthday to Ron Ingram from Grand Brit, now living in Nova Scotia. Rita Maddock is also turning 100. Happy birthday. Happy 91st birthday to Ronald Clark in St. John's. Happy 91st birthday also to Major Hilda Harvey in Mount Pearl. Rita Halloran in St. John's turns 100 tomorrow. Happy birthday. Happy 95th birthday to Alfreda Nash of St. John's. Happy 90th birthday to Ruby Shea of St. John's. Happy birthday to Donald Swires in Lewisport. Happy 93rd birthday to Bernadette Kenny in Witless Bay. Birthday greetings going out to Laura Smith in Chance Cove. Happy 90th birthday to Gordon French of Harbor Grace. Happy 103rd birthday to Teresa Roach in St. John's. Beth Bolos Ryan is celebrating her 90th birthday in St. John's. Birthday wishes to Mabel LeDrew of St. John's, who just turned 91. Happy 94th birthday to Francis Hurley of Badger. Birthday greetings going out to Andrew Rousel of Leading Tickles, who celebrated his 93rd birthday this week. Happy 90th birthday to Cyril Payton of Gricket. Happy birthday to Nina Hodnott, who just turned 91. Happy 93rd birthday to Muriel Daw of Lewisport, and wishing a happy 91st birthday to Elsie Lear in Lewisport. Another fine crowd. Congratulations once again. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening. Hope you have a wonderful and safe weekend. Good night.